The weakness of the Kerensky government was highlighted by the Kornilov incident. General Kornilov was seen as the leader of an insurrection within the provisional government, calling for stronger measures to maintain order, including the reintroduction of the death penalty and strengthening discipline within the army. It led to a dramatic and possibly ill-considered response that only benefited the Bolsheviks, not least by providing its members with arms that were used to topple the provisional government in October 1917. In truth, it's difficult to see how Kerensky could have seen off the array of forces that led to his downfall. Lenin, in his characteristic opportunism, sought to widen the divisions in Russian society, and the Bolsheviks used rumour and dubious reports to good effect.
The explosion was the subject of numerous theories and still remains a mystery. Every 10 years, an international group of scientists visit the area made up of physicists, biologists, and even the odd geologists to examine the ongoing effects of the disaster. The last science-driven pilgrimage was made in 2008. Over 100 years have passed, but still the mystery of Tunguska fascinates the international scientific community.
That's great, Marie. We'll start editing tomorrow. What time can you come in?
You were a Cambridge graduate and eventually went on to head the Physical Sciences Department at AUC and liaised with MIT on several studies. How did you make the change to the shady world of investigative journalism?
Well, initially I was interested in communicating to the wider public about scientific issues. What led me to the more...
Can't we have radio six instead?
A friend of mine in mysterious circumstances. My first story concentrated on that, but it didn't really end with a satisfying conclusion. It did, however, give me the taste for writing outside of science, so I found myself going in that direction more and more.
So your next choice is Messenger by Writer's Revenge. Why is this song important to you?
Actually, that was my friend
Tom's favourite band. He dragged me along to one of their concerts, which I found a bit comical at first.
Why?
Well, it sort of fitted the prog rock stereotype of lots of blokes who are obviously lifelong fans looking at their fashion. But a weird thing happened. I actually started enjoying some of the music and ended up liking them more than he did. He used to call them regressive rockers.
2 minutes, Josh. I've just got to go and speak to Maria.
Well, here are those regressive rockers. Writer's Revenge.
Oh, hi, boss.
Yeah, I've been listening. Terrible choice of music so far. Bloody regressive rockers. The Tunguska thing, that's nearly finished, isn't it? Because I'd like some new ideas at the meeting tomorrow. Preferably something controversial.
Controversial. Yeah, got it.
I heard you mentioning Matt.
Not by name.
No. Oh, we'll see you at the meeting tomorrow. Don't work too hard.
I'll try to avoid that.
So your first program for IPC centered on the re-engagement of the Colombian cartels and FARC and the attempt to infiltrate the government at the time. This must have taken you into pretty perilous territory.
Well, the first time I felt genuinely insecure was when I arrived in Bogota and we began receiving veiled and then not so veiled threats about...
The effects of this extraordinary burst of radiation on the surrounding wildlife in Tunguska was difficult to assess, and it was only on the expedition made by Kulik that began in 1928 that some serious studies were made on the outlying flora and fauna. Cellular disruption in trees were observed, but it was only in 1978 that proper consideration was given to this area. There's never been more compelling evidence of life's ceaseless drive for survival.
In 1908, an event occurred in the Tunguska region of Siberia that has never been fully explained or understood. Regular scientific expeditions have been made to the area of the extraordinary burst of radiative force that was so massive it flattened the outlying forests and devastated wildlife. Yet the centre of the explosion was seemingly untouched. Then, mysteriously, in 1978, an international investigative team, with the full cooperation of the Soviet government, began the setting up of a permanent site, complete with a laboratory building and administrative annex. Rumours persist to this day that the structure has been enhanced and further structures have been added year by year. It appears the entire area is now under military supervision, and my sources tell me that no unauthorised personnel are given access, although when I have sought confirmation of this information, it has been stringently denied. But do we believe what our government and scientific establishment tell us, given their innumerable lies in the past? In all these establishments, we know scientific research is going on. My investigations have uncovered information which supports the assertion that the last investigative team to visit the area have completely vanished and no one knows what has happened to them. I am awaiting the delivery of special tapes smuggled out of the quasi-military scientific establishment there that I'm certain will confirm these suspicions and will file a report once the material has been analysed. This report is especially dedicated to Marie Anser, whom I hope to interview very soon.
Tom, how did you find that video? Did you watch it all the way through? Call me.
Marie, where are you? Unless you're under a bus, I'd like a very good explanation as to why you didn't come to the meeting today. Bloody call me back, okay? I'm going to try the bat phone. bloody ring me, okay?
Marissa Harding? Hi, I'm Marie.
You're Marie. I recognise you from Andrew's photos.
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
Come in. I'll explain. You see, he said you would probably come here. Before Andrew died, he'd been investigating something that started to worry him. And it involved your partner, Matt Dealey.
Yeah, he was part of the scientific team that went to investigate Tunguska.
And he disappeared.
Oh, we don't really know what happened, but...
That's what I said. They disappeared. Andrew started digging into this, and he connected you with Matt. He tried contacting you over and over again, but he could never get through, and your address was unavailable, and...
I know. I've been involved in some slightly dangerous investigations recently, and all of my contact details, including my work address, were concealed. I had a few death threats, you could say.
I see. Well, Andrew uncovered something. I don't know what, but it scared him. He gave me these. He wanted you to have them.
You hadn't been to the police?
Oh, yeah. And what do you reckon they'd say about a conspiracy theorist with his own YouTube channel? Hey! And guess what? They think he committed suicide.
Really? But there's no evidence to support that. Why?
And there's nothing to disprove it either. Look, I'm glad you came here. I was wondering what to do with those things. And recently, I started getting weird phone calls, and they're not from PPI companies either. I was going to throw those things away.
You haven't listened to these?
I don't know how. And I don't want to. I hope you're glad you've came. But if it's connected with Andrew's death, I don't want to know the answers. I'm sorry. I thank you for finding me. And I'm glad that they've gone to whom they've intended.
Struck 12 as she traveled the world.
creating carriers from all past abuse that was hurt. And now as she made her way, we pick up the tokens which were tried and made for grief's cover broken. We all felt what was staying, but now felt the desire to say it, to keep changes at bay. We must face society, and what truth is led. The clock struck blue as he traveled the
This
world.
morning, and I'll be back in the studio this afternoon. If you need to reach me urgently, it's 0207.
Tom, I'm really sorry. I had to duck out of the meeting. I'm going to come in. We have to discuss something. It affects the current assignment. Hi, Tom.
Hi, Maria. Look, I've thought about what you told me, and I really can't finance your trip on the basis of that video. The best thing I can suggest is that you take a sabbatical and put to bed this particular obsession. If you come up with something we can use, then we'll do a follow-up program. But the current one will have to go out as is.
No support at all?
Oh, come on, babe. What do you want me to do? You haven't given me anything substantive.
I think I have. And don't call me babe. But Matt did disappear, you know.
I know that, but what else have you got? What about the rest of the team?
Okay, so I thought you'd ask, and I checked. They've all been posted to various departments and uni research labs.
Well then.
I've tried to contact each and every member of the team. They're either on extended leave whereabouts are known due to national insecurity, or not at location stated when I began to look into it. No one I've spoken to knows anything about them apart from their name and supposed location, and as I said, they've all turned out as duds.
What, all 12?
Yes, all of them. Matt included.
Okay, that's weird, but still, there's no program here.
Just purchase my ticket so I can get out there.
Blimey, Maria, a ticket to Siberia? Okay, economy though.
What else? And don't call me Maria either.
I'm sorry. I don't have time to explain. It doesn't get out. The implications are terrifying.
Hello? Hi, it's Tom's friend here. I dropped off those DVDs and DATs last week. Yeah, I just wondered if you'd have any luck getting in more material from them.
Hi. Well, I've started processing it. I've had to convert the data.
It's been a bit challenging, to be honest. There's a fair bit to transfer, and the tape's been badly affected by some sort of electromagnetic effect.
Just give me a couple of weeks, and I should be able to recover a fair bit of the recording for you.
A couple of weeks? Not sooner? I know you're kind of doing this on a mate's rate, so...
Yeah, kind of a lot, mates rates, yeah. I see what I can do, all right? I got a fair bit on at the moment, but I'll send you the stuff as soon as I can, all right?
Okay. Not to the previous email, though. I'll send you a new one shortly. I really appreciate you doing this.
No problem, all right? I hope you win a BAFTA.
Maria, I hope this gets to you. I don't know how long I've got. They're trying to stop the message from reaching the outside world. We may be finished here, but there's still hope. If you get this, come and expose what's happened here. I don't think I'll make it. Tunguska is just the beginning. The equation. You send the formula to message42@autolab.net. It's the most important thing to come out of all of this. I know you won't let me down. I'll try and transmit some more. I love you.
preserved specimens back with us. Marie, if you see this, you must stop them. Whatever you do, make sure the seal is secure. Responded in the same way as other species to the direct exposure of Ophiocordyceps unilateralis. We don't know how general the effect is or how widespread. As of yet, the origin of the species is yet to be established. Since first encountered on the trip in 1978, it was decided by the Russian authorities that the entire area should be quarantined. Sorry. Tape. The thinking then was that the species was terrestrial, but affected by the extreme conditions of the 1908 event. So far, nothing our team has uncovered contradicts this suggestion, but if so, some sort of systemic, metamorphic, evolutionary transition seems to have occurred. Also, we don't know how it got here, or how it survived.
Miss Anza, you must stay exactly where you are. We will come in and retrieve you. Please remain calm, and don't touch anything, Miss Anza. There is no reason for alarm.
Their intention is only to kill those they believe have been exposed. I have to send this message now.
Did they get her? She's gone, of course. Oh my God, man, what did you do? You've broken the seal! Anza, you must listen to me. We're all in danger. If you got out in time, you may be safe. If not, there's no hope for you. I think I'm clear. Stay where you are and I can explain. You must listen to me.
Well, Dr. Love's quarantine solution, as economical as it may have been, clearly didn't work.
Has anybody discovered why the fence was switched off?
Another mystery. But it doesn't matter. The whole area must be doused in the fungicide his team had finished working on, and then slash and burn the whole Tunguska quarantine zone.
Are you certain there's no one left down there?
I'm afraid not.
Sad for the animals.
Well, not as awful as the alternative.
Shame. All that work gone.
What alternative do we have? Edgewood and Portadown all agree.
Tom, I don't know whether I've been exposed or not, but what's down here is truly terrifying. Some kind of new fungal life form has, well, let's say evolved, and looking at some of the work Matt's team was doing, their conclusion was that this is the most aggressive type they've ever encountered. It will survive under extreme conditions and seems to find any means to survive. I don't know whether I'm going to get out of here anytime soon, but You have to investigate this. It seems to work like those zombie ant spores, except this type seems to have evolved so that it can infect any animal organism.
October Revolution removed any possibility of returning to any pretension of democratic government. With the death of the Tsar and his family, the forces of reaction were now without any discernible goal. Many of the whites were merely seeking to restore the bankrupt concept of a Romanov dynasty, and this ambition had been washed away by the Ural Soviets' bloodlust. Lenin's totalitarian vision was in full swing, yet disorganized and with different factions pulling in alternate directions. The future was far from Man, look into the shadows, and what do you see? See nothing of devils, you barely see me. You choose to blank out the things you choose to forget. Perfidy's no exception, you dull your own bliss. So if you like this experience that it has to give, just pick from that tree and choose how to live. So at first Eve ignored it and Adam abhorred it, then they climbed the tree, seeking to be free.
Tell me no lies, evolution and heaven is catching my eye. It's a bug in the apple, there's a fly in the ember, and the contradictions are making me cry. So many facts to process and my brain's gone dry. You told me children should be told, so I sent you a message if I my people. That I got the feeling as my head is reading up against the ceiling. I'm a little bit Ice Age cold.
Try it, feel the power flow through, let it pulse through your mind, take the highest route. Now life made a new thing, created from two, the meaning of life, a new source of food. Was a man's new sin, a diverse new path, the happenstance, they made E&E breathe their last. They made groove with the apple, funky blues with the devil, but a truth in the pebble made the science man sing.
Tell me no lies, evolution and heaven is catching my eye. It's a bug in the apple, there's a fly in the ember, and the contradictions are making me cry. So many facts to process and my brain's gone dry.
You told me children should be told, so I sent you a message if I may be bold, but I